Hey, what's up, family? Hey, today we're gonna do a video that a lot of y'all can familiarize yourself with. Therefore, I'm gonna title this video, Waiters and Waitresses. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Every time you went out for rather it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner at that prestigious place of business for food, or that okay place, or that mediocre place, either of the three, it also tied in with a good or bad waiter or waitress. And the thing that I'm talking about when I'm saying a waiter or waitress is the audacity of some of these waiters and waitresses really wanting a good tip when they're giving out lousy service. Exactly. And as always, that's going to be the word of the day. I love to give y'all word of the day to broaden your vocabulary. Now, that's an easy word we've heard quite often, so many times before, but let's give you the actual definition behind audacity. Because we normally hear that word when we hear somebody say, man, the audacity of that person. Man, he got the audacity to come here after he owed me money, man. So the definition of audacity is the willingness to take bold risk. And that's how some of these waiters and waitresses are. They give out lousy service, but they're expecting good tips from you. Mm-hmm. Let me explain. Let me dive right in and give you a good story. Real story of mine. I remember way back in the days, me and a buddy of mine, Roosevelt to be exact. I remember we went to this restaurant in Newark, right? We get there, we come in, we greet the people, hello, how you doing? And they said, oh, what you guys, what you got, table for two? We said, yes, table for two. And the girl was like, okay, I'll be with you in a second. And she went to the kitchen, she came out of the kitchen, she went back over to, the place was practically empty. It was like two people at a table. She went back over to them, then she came right back by us and said, I'll be with y'all just a little bit. And she went back in the kitchen, and she came out of the kitchen. I see her going through another room. Then she came back out, and she went back over, whatever. And then she went out of the restaurant, went to the front of the restaurant, like she was looking for something. Then she came back in. We was like, ma'am, are you going to sit us? She said, yeah, I'll be with y'all in just a second. This happened exactly how I'm explaining it. When I say waiters and waitresses, bad service or good service, who deserves a good quality tip and who don't? Mm-hmm. She did not sit us at all. So, no lie, we stood there for a good, I'm going to say a good 7 minutes. 7 minutes is a long time. Jokers robbed banks in 3 minutes. We stood there for about a good 7 to 10 minutes standing there. And she still was acting like she was so busy. Next thing you know, a group of people came in. Now, mind you, we've been standing for about 10 minutes. She ain't said us nothing, and it's empty in here. Next thing you know, a group of people, I'm going to say maybe about 6 or 8 people came in, all at one time. When they came in, she rushed over, and she went right by us and went right to that group of people and said, oh, yeah, I got y'all stuff. It's all reserved right here. So, of course, me and my buddy, we spoke up. We said, whoa, what's going on? We've been here over 10 minutes, and you ain't sat us yet. And these people just came in, and you sat them right away. You ain't going to believe what this bad waitress said to us. She said, oh, but y'all got to understand, those are my people. I got to take care of them. So we was like, all right, well, and another waitress heard her say that. And she said, don't worry about it, y'all. She said, look, I'll sit y'all. And she sat us, very pleasant, very nice. She sat us, she catered to us. Man, this girl was on point. She brought us our drinks instantly. She got us our menus. Man, she went in back, got us our food quick. And the whole time she was apologizing for her staff member. She said, I'm sorry that happened, but I'll make sure you guys are taken care of. She said, now what do you want? She got us our food. We finished eating. While we was eating our food, she kept coming, checking on us. Y'all want to refill your drinks? How's everything going? Have a little small conversation. See, that's a good quality some waitresses and waiters need to do. Hold a simple, small conversation of familiarity with the patrons. This makes them be familiar with you, you familiar with them. Therefore, they want to tip you more. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's just what she was doing. She held a little conversation with us. Then when we was finished, she said, do you guys want me to refill your drinks? Would you like anything else? Would you like some dessert? Blah, 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 this and that. Man, to make a long story short, when the meal was over, that group that the no good waitress sat, they was already finished and they had already left. We got out right after them and it was time for us to leave. We didn't leave a tip on the table. We wanted to give the lady a tip personally to herself. Yeah. And we did. We spitefully gave it to her in front of the other girl. Now, the meal that we had, this was a long time ago. Our meal was only, I think it came to like $38 or something for that, for both meals we had. It was like barely $40. When she gave us the bill, we got up and we went to the cash register and we went to pay. We paid the bill, $46, right? After we paid the bill, we noticed the other girl, who was no good waitress, she was standing right there. I pulled out $25, and because we had already made an agreement we was gonna do this. I pulled out $25, and my buddy Ro pulled out $25. That's $50. We just paid for the bill. We already paid that. Now, I gave her $25, and I did it right in front of the no good waitress. Dang. I gave her $25, and he gave her $25. We gave $50 tip for a $46 meal. We did that spitefully. And you know what the big mouth said? She said, oh my gosh, I didn't know y'all be tipping big like that. See, people kill me with this nonsense, say I ain't know. Like I'm supposed to walk around with a big old sign that says, I tip big, I tip big. Like, to be stupid. But anyway, when she said that, she said, oh my gosh, if I would have knew that, I would have took. We said, nah, but that's your problem. We said, we came here, we were standing here the whole time, and you just looked past us the whole time. But this young lady was real good. That's why we take care of people who take care of us. Good waiters, bad waiters. And you know what she said? She said, yeah, but I had to take care of my people. Y'all got to understand. And I love what my man said. He said, yeah, but did your people take care of you with a tip? How much of a tip did they leave you? You know what she said? Pew. She didn't want to talk. See, you were so busy trying to take care of your people, but your people didn't take care of you. You get what I'm saying? It's like that episode. Remember that episode on Girlfriends? When Joan restaurant, she said it was failing, but her friends was coming in eating free and eating everything up, not paying for their meals or nothing. But this is what your people do sometimes to you.
But maybe she assumed that because it was a bigger crowd
that they was gonna take care of her.
A big tip.
And they left her nothing.
Yeah.
But this her people. So we did a good job that day, and we spitefully, but we tipped good anyway. But we made sure we tipped way beyond what we normally do. Because remember, the bill was only $46, and we tipped a $50 tip. But we had great, excellent service, I must admit. That young girl was real good, and we let her know. Like I said, she gave familiarity, conversation, everything. Mm. How about our daughter, Jada? How about our daughter, man? Remember when she was Jada, young, like 17, 18, she was working at TGIF?
Yeah.
I remember some of the conversations she used to tell me. I used to be like, yo, that's offensive. Like she said, she was a waitress. She said they used to go in the back during break time, and all the waiters and waitresses would talk amongst each other. And one of the most common conversations was nobody wanted to serve the black people tables. I said, what? She said, because all of them was amongst each other saying, black people the horriblest tippers. That's a lie. And she got to witness it was a lie. Because like she said, I've seen bad Spanish, white, and black people with horrible tips. Yeah. She said, but it's crazy how they just always assume, they always try to put a negative stigma on black folks. She said, you know, Dad, it was a shame how every time a black person come in, most of the people didn't want to go to the table. And she said, then I would go to their tables. Now, don't get me wrong. There was times I got bad tips, but there was times I got really good tips. So you can't really judge and say all. You can never say all.
It's just the person personally, how they are, the waitress. Mm-hmm. You know, like for example, remember when we was in New Jersey? I think we went to Delta.
Oh, man, I like that. I know you're going with this. I know you're going.
She was.
That girl there. Check this out, fam. Here's another story. We had went to Delta's restaurant in New Brunswick. We had went early in the week with a good friends of ours. We went, and the young girl that we had, she wasn't that attentive at all. She forgot some of our stuff. When they ordered drinks, she never brought it. A freaking half hour went by, and she said, hey, man, you never brought me my drink. She said, oh, my gosh, I didn't. Wow. Do you still want it? It was like, nah, I don't want it this time. We ready to leave. She was horrible. But I still tipped her $20. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm sorry. That day, Will tipped $20. I was like, no, he tipped $25. And his lady was like, why you even tipping her big? She just gave us lousy service. But the point we're making with this girl, at the following week, our daughter treated us out to dinner, and she wanted to go to the same place. We went to the same place. But this time we went upstairs.
Yeah.
And like my wife was going to say, what a coincidence. We had the same waitress. And you know what my wife said to this waitress? She said, oh my gosh, you're this. She looked up and said, excuse me, you're the same waitress we had a week ago here. You know what this bad waitress said? This bad waitress. She said, you know, I'm so sorry. I get so many people. I don't even know people all the time when they come here. See, that's bad communication. Let me prove it to you. Because see, now we down here in the South, right? We down here in Florida, right? So check it out. We went to this restaurant called Firebird when we came here like 2-3 weeks ago in Jacksonville, right? And great waitress. Great waitress. Young just like the girl in New Jersey. Young just like her. And she gave us great service. We left a great tip like we always do. But when we went just recently, about a week ago, we drove over there because we liked the place. We had that same waitress, but we was kind of unsure. And then my wife said, no, babe, that is her. So about halfway through our meal, my wife said that to her. She said the exact same thing she said to the young girl in New Jersey. She said, ma'am, I think we had you last time we was here. You was our waitress last time. And unlike the bad waitress who have the audacity to want a big tip, this waitress, when my wife said them same words to her, she said, you know, now maybe she was lying, maybe she was playing a game, or whatever it is, she did a good job at communicating and conversating. So when my wife said, I think we had you as a waitress last time we came in, the girl said, you know what? I thought y'all looked familiar. I didn't want to jump out there and just say that because we get so many people, but I knew y'all looked different. And then she said to my wife, hey, you know what? You changed your hair color, didn't you? Yeah, your color wasn't that last time. She said, I noticed that, but you look lovely. But I'm so glad you guys came back. I hope it was my service that helped y'all come back. And we was like, yes, it was. You was really great.
But see, the difference about that waitress or good waitress is that they focus on, it's not only their job, it's the people.
Yeah, see, they give a familiarity conversation. And that's why I love when she said, I hope it was my service that made y'all want to come back. We said, yes, it was. You was great last time and you're great this time. And I left her a wonderful tip. Because that's just how I do if I get good service. But like I said, the word of the day, audacity. It amazes me how some waiters and waitresses, you don't cater back to the table. You don't have a familiarity conversation. You're not being on point with their drinks and all that. And the audacity, remember, willingness to take bold risks. The audacity to want a good tip. And the audacity to talk about somebody and say, oh, that table was a bad tipper. Those black people was a bad tipper. That white person was a bad tipper. That Spanish person was a bad tipper. But did you tell people you gave them bad service? How dare you say somebody's a bad tipper when you give them bad service? Because like I said, that girl at Delta's, I swear, I wanted to leave a bad tip so bad, but it's not in my nature to do so. So like I kept telling my wife, damn it, I still left her a $20-something tip. And it burned me up that I did it. And I love this response my wife did. She said, baby, don't let that burn you up. Just look at it this way. This is who you naturally are. And you probably making up for a bad tipper. You probably making up for somebody that left her a bad tip. You're making up by leaving her such a good tip. So don't let it get to you. And I was like, you're right. So you need positive energy in your life, even when you're thinking negative. Because the audacity of some of these waiters and waitresses, you know, you give lousy service. You take forever to sit somebody. Then when they get sick, you take forever to get their food. You don't even come back to check, do they need refills on their drinks? Or would they like something else? And is everything okay? Hold a familiarity conversation. Trust me, it works. Because now a person feels, wow, they took care of us. And we was talking about, remember the girl at Long Steakhouse? Her name was Holly. You remember that? And I said, Holly, like from UFC.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, me and her was talking the whole time. She's like, oh my gosh. She said, you got me here talking about this UFC all this time. I got work to do. And you over here. And we was laughing. Yeah. And she said, nah, I'll be big in that stuff too. And we was going on and on. She said, you know what? I'm spending way more time at y'all table than other tables because you got me going.
Now that's a good waitress.
We had a great, and I already tipped well anyway. But because of the familiarity conversation and we was making each other laugh, man, I tipped her above and beyond what I normally do. See, and that's what a good waitress or waiter will know. Engage in the patrons that come in there. Engage in the customers, especially if you're serving their table. Trust me, it works. Now, don't get me wrong. Every now and then, you're going to do a really good job if you are that good waiter or waitress, and you still don't get a lousy tip. Some people just ain't got it or just don't think about it or ain't been hit upside the head and realize, yo, you got good service. these people, these waiters and waitresses live off their tips. Some people just don't get it. But the familiarity conversation and the great service will get you that good tip. Don't be the lousy waiter or waitress we had in North New Jersey. Don't be her. Don't be the lousy waitress we had at Deltas who go, I get people all the time, I just don't know nobody. Don't be a lousy waiter or waitress, and do not have the audacity to talk about a lousy tip, but you ain't told people you gave lousy service. All right? And on that note, subscribe, share, like, and comment. And I know I'm giving y'all some good content. I know I'm giving y'all good content. So give me some good comments for the good content that I'm leaving. Because y'all been to that restaurant, many of them. Y'all had good service, bad service, mediocre service. So leave me a comment so y'all definitely can identify with this video. Subscribe, share, like, and comment. Peace.